It seems dark. Can you turn the lights up?
Yeah, it's a little dark. It's a lot more echoey down here.
Oh, no, wait, we're good. We're good. It was just, it had some kind of a filter on it or something. So
anyway.
And of course, I've got the wrong background here.
So, yeah, you normally don't see all these behind the scene glitches, but
life's a glitch.
It happens.
And then you die.
Especially the antivirus that keeps popping up on the screen.
A vast antivirus that does a good job, but my God, it spams like crazy. It's just constantly popping up. And then I don't know how to get rid of it, So
just warming up here a little bit, and
me.
This week we have a lot of good stuff for you.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
So just kind of getting in the mood.
Yes, we are. Okay. So as you'll see from the graphic behind us, not very exaggerated, we're going to talk a little bit about, I call it compliance fiction. Okay. So I don't know if any of you have ever been through this, but if the company that you work for has ever gotten in trouble for shitty or shady accounting or customs inspections, it's kind of a thing to hire outside auditors. And this, when outside auditors come in, they are just they spot check. They want to make sure that this documentation is where it belongs and this is updated and that's updated. And the shit that they ask for is so random and such a pain in the ass. And I always seem to get caught up in it. I would rather be waterboarded than deal with auditors. It's the combination of, they have a way, I swear it's a happy talent. They have a way of asking you for a document, wanting you to do them a favor, and then kind of making you feel like you have shitty record keeping all at the same time. It's that sort of help me out and I'm going to insult you kind of thing. So here's a good example. Good morning. We will need original copies of invoices for your ketchup packets from 1986 to 1988. Please fancy ketchup only. And if you want to list the number of packets consumed during that period, it would be really helpful.
I only ever get fancy ketchup. Screw that unfancy stuff.
What are we, heathens? Come on. We can take the next one.
So if we could get the logistics department to provide your grandparents' last 3 telephone numbers from the 70s. We don't need the area codes, however.
This is not that exaggerated, people. The stuff they asked for. I had a guy ask me for an alphabetized list of vendors that we used 10 years ago last week. And I was just like, are you serious? And my boss puked all over him. But if we could get an alphabetical list of all prospective employees that were interviewed but not hired, and we only need it from June of 1987 to April of 1989, but we do need it today by 3, if you could work on that. Thanks. It's like they don't have no concept that you have other responsibilities,
So you know what? The whole process reminds me of buying a house. Because they kept coming up with crap that I had to explain.
I've been through it twice.
Explain this deposit into your account, which wasn't on a payday for $50. Well, that was my grandmother's birthday check. Okay, we're going to need her to notarize that and sign. It was insane.
How about the divorce? How about all the paperwork for the divorce? I had a statement from a small business that I used to own that I closed like 8 years ago. They wanted current statements. It was just like, there is no money there. So here, why don't you close it out? It's this one right here. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Right here. We're almost there.
If we could, we're almost there. Yeah. We are almost there. You must have record keeping on employees returning late from lunch.
Yeah.
We need every instance from April of 2005 to November of 2010, but only if they were more than 7 minutes late.
Oh, that's right here at my fingertips. Yeah, hang on, let me get that list for you. Yeah. Ridiculous. Well, anyway, so this has been the joy of auditors with Mark and Stace.
Yeah, that made me crazy with that with my son too when he was buying a house because
nobody's exempt from it.
I'm co-signer on his bank account because I opened it when he was 5. Mm-hmm. So they needed me to have a letter basically saying that was his money, not mine. And then they needed me to send it over. So I did. And then they said, no, they needed a wet signature. I'd never heard of this term before. The hell is a wet signature? So I said, okay, this was like during COVID. So I'm like, where are you? I will come to you and sign it. Well, he was working from his home. He didn't want me to come over. I was like, how am I supposed to give a wet signature if I can't find you? It was a mess. Anyway, we finally got it straightened out.
So I guess your finger wouldn't have worked. Use your finger.
Never ever
I love
heard
that.
of that. Because we did a computer signature. He would not accept it.
Interesting. Yeah.
Like, do you want it in blood, dude? Really? Here, I'll come over and smear it on your face.
So you ever have someone who thinks they're friendlier than they really are, kind of call out something, and it's kind of insulting, and they do it in front of other people? It's obnoxious as hell. Like,
Oh, my kids do this.
You're considering an attorney. I'd be willing to bet the dean has spent some time in a powdered wig. Hey, Dean, you ever dabble in jurisprudence? I need some help.
How about, when you're... my kids are famous for doing this. Except they say mom instead of Stace. But I bet Stace knows how to throw back some wine. How about it? No glass needed. It's in a glass, right? Does mom still fall asleep drinking wine? They actually said that.
Really? The answer is yes, by the way. But so do I. So, Bill's been on house arrest before, right, Bill? You still got that ankle rash? How about this one?
Jack's organized a cockfight or two in his day, haven't you, big guy? And you're just looking into space like you did not just say that.
I'll bet Carl is no stranger to little S&M. How about some candle wax on the nipples, Carla? HR is on their way.
Dave over there has done some time. I'm thinking B&E. Maybe some random assaults. What do you say, Dave?
Yeah, nice setup.
He looks good in orange, too.
And we'll close it out by saying, Joni over there, she's no stranger to rehab. I think they installed a revolving door for her, didn't they? So this has been the insulting call out with Mark and Steve. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little preview into the show. I still have one more review to write, so I'm going to get on that now. But we're going to be doing this 1 o'clock Eastern time every Saturday from now until doomsday.
It's a little more echoey than when we do the actual show. We just like to throw that out there because we don't. These aren't actually.
It does seem dim in here, a little dimmer too.
Yeah, it's a little dim. Anyway, we're going to adjust the lights, and we have some great new music coming for you this week. So I'm so excited about it, and we will see you soon.
Yep, exactly. All right, cool.